Good morning, North Davies, and welcome back to another podcast here in the communications class. Hope everybody's doing well and had a great fall break and getting back into the swing of things here as the second 9 weeks has begun. We are approaching quickly. We are 2 days away. This is October 29th, and 2 days away from the Halloween holiday here, October 31st. And for that reason, today we are going to discuss some Halloween traditions, some Halloween movies, and also get into some of our favorite candies, just to kind of, hype up the spirit of Halloween. So first we'll get into Halloween traditions. I'm joined by Logan and Logan again, senior and freshman here in the communications class. They're going to talk about some of their Halloween do's and don'ts, if you will. First off, Halloween traditions. I'll kind of get started and let you two talk about what you did growing up and what you still may do now, and then I'll wrap up that topic with what I did as a kid. So what were some things that you and your family did growing up with Halloween traditions, such as like trick-or-treating or things like that? So start with the senior, Logan Miller.
My family kind of had only one tradition, where it was my older cousin. She's only 2 years older than me, but we were always around the same height or everything, so we would just play like duo characters off of shows, and then we'd always go to my grandma's and get our little bags, and then we just get pictures taken. We just kind of go home, or we go to the next little family member's house. We didn't really go to neighbor to neighbor since we live out in the middle of nowhere. We kind of just went to family member to family member.
Okay.
That's pretty much our entire tradition.
Yeah, Logan?
I'm pretty much the same as the other Logan. We did a lot of trick-or-treating from what I can remember of when I was younger, and we still do some now, but we'd kind of dress up. Me and my brothers, we'd dress up as whoever and go to friends and family members' houses and trick-or-treat and stuff like that, and then we'd always carve pumpkins with the grandparents most years.
Yeah, that's a great tradition. Carving pumpkins was not really something I did growing up. I've actually done it more with my wife for our house and apartments and stuff since I've been older. But trick-or-treating was always a thing for me growing up. My brothers and I had two younger brothers, 3 years apart, each of us. So, if I was 12, I had a 9-year-old brother and a 6-year-old brother, and it was a pretty big deal for us. And then we would pretty much just go to family as well. We wouldn't do a whole lot of door-to-door unless my mom and dad knew that it was like they knew who they were, and it was pretty, definitely something I remember and will remember for a long time. Getting pictures taken, going to my grandma and grandpa's houses and aunts and uncles and cousins and stuff like that. But pretty fun stuff. And I know Odin has Halloween this Saturday. The schedule I think I saw was trick-or-treating is from 5 to 9 there in Odin, and I'm sure the other surrounding towns are the same. So be safe out there this weekend and dress up and have fun with it. The next topic here is Halloween movies or scary movies or whatever you want to call them. Is there any particular favorite movie that you have, during this time of year, or any traditions you have with Halloween movies? So back to Logan Miller, senior.
I love all the scary movies. Huge Halloween fan. Love me some Michael Myers and love me some Jason, and I love all the movies. I'm a huge ghost person outside of this as well, so I'll go like haunted house and stuff for fun. So, the Halloween spirit just gets me every day. There's no holiday for me, it's every day. So, I would have to say my number one movie, though, is Halloween.
Okay, Halloween, yeah. Michael Myers is somebody that has been a part of all of our childhoods pretty much. Those movies have been out, for a long, long time. That theme music is something that can kind of get your blood pumping a little bit and chills on your body. So definitely Halloween is maybe the number one seed of Halloween movies, probably just because of the tradition of it and also just how many there are and things like that. Logan, anything that sticks out to you that other than Halloween?
Not for the movies wise. It's not just like Halloween kind of movies. It's kind of just scary movies or just scary stuff in general. I like, horror and stuff like that. My mom is not like that. She does not like to be scared or anything like that. So it's usually me and my dad. We watch horror movies and stuff like that. But
Awesome.
we started a tradition for my birthday about 3 years ago. We'd go down to Evansville and go to 3 haunted houses because my birthday is November 3rd, which is Tuesday.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, so we'd always go down to the haunted houses and stuff, and we went again this year, but I was kind of disappointed because the zombie farm was closed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know where that is, but that one's pretty scary. But it was closed because of the COVID and everything, so it was kind of disappointing this year, but it was still fun overall. And
Good. Yeah, and just not to touch on the scary movies, there's like a Halloween Charlie Brown special. There's cartoons that are centered around Halloween. There's Simpson episodes and Family Guy episodes, and cartoons, and from kids that are 6 all the way to teenagers. There's something for everybody out there as far as Halloween themed shows and movies, and it is certainly a big time of year, just as Christmas is, for Christmas movies. And there's movies out there for this time of year too. So I'm sure they'll be on this weekend, especially Saturday night. So if you're at home passing out candy, or when you get home from trick-or-treating, I'm sure if you turn on the TV, they'll be all over the place as far as Halloween movies go. For me, a movie I wrote down is the movie It. My wife is a big fan of the movie It. That was one of her favorite movies growing up, and now they've released the new version of it in 2 different chapters. So I'm sure that'll be a movie that's probably played this weekend in our house, just because of the time, and that's her favorite scary movie. So some other ones that stick out to me are like Friday the 13th. Children of the Corn was always one that freaked me out.
I hated that one so much.
Yeah, there's Freddy versus Jason, obviously Freddy Krueger movies. A lot of people don't like scary movies, and I understand. I mean, I'm not a big haunted house guy myself. I've done them, and I still do them, but I'm not choosing to or volunteering to. It's usually because I go with the crowd. If it was my birthday or my traditions, I would try to pick something different. But everybody is different, so haunted houses I respect them. I think they're cool. A lot of people spend a lot of time to make them good. But anyways, if you're going out and about to haunted houses and trick-or-treating, just be safe this year. When you get in, take in a Halloween movie on the on the TV. And then lastly, favorite candies. I know Halloween and candy are go hand in hand as well. Where I'm more of I don't really trick-or-treat as much now as I once did. So I'm more turn my light on and I pass out candy if anybody would come up to the door. So I will start. I like M&Ms. I like peanut M&Ms mainly. Tootsie Rolls, I remember those being big because they're cheap. And I remember a lot of Tootsie Rolls being in my bag when I was done trick-or-treating, because a lot of people can just grab a handful and throw them in your bag. It's really easy. Tootsie Roll Pops were always a big thing for me. I like those a lot. Really just any kind of candy I'm not going to probably turn down. Anything sweet with chocolate or, things like that, I'm pretty much a fan of. But those are some of my favorites. So you guys, what do you guys like?
I like all candy. I always had a plan going into Halloween, which was kind of like the opposite. Whereas I would always go for the chocolate that had the salt with it first, because if you have like the peanuts or anything in them, they really don't upset your stomach as much, then you can eat more. So I was always eating like the Snickers, the Paydays, and all that first, and I could just down myself in M&Ms and then go into a food coma with chocolate and just ignore my parents for the next like 2 or 3 days just because of a sugar high. But I don't really have a favorite candy. If I were to say a candy, it'd probably more toward a Reese's or a Snickers, but I really truly don't have a favorite.
Yeah.
I just kind of like all of them.
Cool. Logan?
I'm kind of in the same boat with you guys. There's not too many candies that I don't like. I mean, other than, few like Twizzlers. I really don't like Twizzlers, and then there's a few other I can't really think of. But other than that, I just like candy overall, and in general, especially when it comes to chocolate, such as Logan said, Reese's and Snickers and Kit Kats, stuff like that. I really like that. But
it's a very exciting time for a young kid to go and fill up a bag of candy. One of the cooler things I've done over the Halloween time is last fall break, I went to Disney World over fall break, and at Magic Kingdom in Disney World, they have a Mickey's, they call it Not So Scary Halloween Party. And my wife and I bought tickets for that, and we went. I think it was from like 6 to midnight, and the characters dress up in costume. They have a parade where there's a headless horseman, and they have a song that they all sing and go down Main Street and perform. And then there's for example, like the ride Haunted Mansion has people actually throughout the line, like in costume, and it's just a little bit different. They add a little bit more scariness to the park during that time, and everybody's supposed to dress up. You don't have to. Like my wife and I just wore like Pizza Planet T-shirts with a Pizza Planet hat, so we were pizza delivery guys from Toy Story. So, yeah, I mean that was one of the cooler things I've done as an adult for Halloween. But more or less anymore, we just pass out. This year we'll be passing out candy from the front door, and there in where we live. And other than that, it's going to be pretty low key. But you guys got any big plans this year for Halloween?
Well, me and my mom, we're going to do one. We're big ghost people. We love the dynamic of ghosts, demons, poltergeist, onis. Those are all spirits. If you don't understand what that means, it's complicated, I understand. But we watch these people called the Tennessee Wraith Chasers. And they're people that do the ghost hunt things, and they'll do them live. So me and Mom will, if they're live, we'll instantly go in there and we'll sit there for 2 or 3 hours. We'll get the laptop up, my phone up, and we'll watch their cameras they have live on the feed, and we'll put on the Facebook thing if we saw something and moving or. But they were going to do one in Tennessee that was open to the public that they announced earlier this year, and because we thought COVID was going to be done, and now we can't go because of COVID still. But we were going to do that. We were going to go to a live Tennessee Wraith show. Oh,
that's cool.
And we get to be around the property that they were going to do, and we really wanted to do that, and I was really wanting to do it because I'm scared of that stuff, but I'm also really intrigued by it, so it's kind of cool. And then we also were talking about going to the Orlando Universal, the Universal Halloween
Studios,
the Universal Halloween, and that's scarier than the Mickeys because they'll have the Walking Dead characters and stuff, and they'll chase you. You have to run from them. So
yeah, Universal Studios has a little bit more adult side to it than Disney World does. Disney World's very adult friendly now, and not as I guess kid friendly as some may think. We've went several times and had a great time. But yeah, as far as thrill and scary situations at a park, Universal is probably going to be ahead of Disney World for sure. Logan, any other plans this weekend for Halloween?
Not really for Halloween-wise, but we're supposed to be going camping on Saturday night with some family friends, and then earlier on Saturday, my brother plays youth football, and they got a game, so probably going to be there, and then maybe if everything works out, we'll be going camping on Saturday night. But other than that, we don't really have anything. I think we might go down to our other grandparents in Washington to do some Halloween stuff, like carve some pumpkins or something like that. Cool. But I'm not exactly sure yet. So.
Okay, well, Halloween, 2 days away. I'll be here at the school for a little bit of the day because we have a girls' basketball scrimmage at 1 o'clock, right in the middle of the day. So if you need some Halloween plans, come up and take in some girls' basketball action as we scrimmage the Evansville Rights varsity team. So, but that evening we'll be passing out candy, probably have some college football on, and then wrap that up and finish with probably some sort of scary movie. So, you guys got anything else to throw in about Halloween, or I'm sure there's a lot of things we can talk about, the history of Halloween and how it came about and things like that. But we will not talk about that on this episode. You guys got anything else?
I do have one interesting tidbit back to the movies with Michael Myers. I learned this just earlier this week, so it was really interesting to me. The first movie they made with Michael Myers, the actor was 5'10", and that's how he's been height-wise up until this last movie. In this last movie, he is now 6'7", so he's grown 9 inches since the first movie. So that's a little interesting tidbit of information.
Yeah, late growth spurt, I guess, for Michael Myers.
Jason Voorhees 6'5", so they're the wrong slashers. They should be in the NBA, not killing people.
Yeah, exactly. I would definitely be, running the other direction for sure, and not hiding in the barn that's got sharp knives hanging from the top. I mean, all I want, like in those movies, it's like just run the other way. Like, don't run and hide in the spot where you're gonna die. I mean, it makes no sense to me, but hey, that's how they make movies and that's how they make money. So we'll wrap it up at that. Be tuning in to our newscast every other Friday, as always. Also, we'll be bringing you another podcast soon. Probably give you a little basketball preview as boys and girls basketball season is about to begin. As I said, this Saturday for the girls, and November it gets going pretty steady for boys and girls. So we will be coming back to you soon. Everybody have a great Halloween, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks, guys.